Ahoy mateys and wenches, ye be plundering your booty today as we talk about everyone's favourite topic, war. Why is it everyone's favourite topic, you ask? Well, that's because humans are incredibly destructive and self-loathing species, so we like war as much as I like saying cunt, or sucking tits. Speaking of tits, it's good to see that you guys got around my video that showed off a lot of them. It just shows that even if I'm age restricted, I can still get views. And for future reference, I am Australian, not British. Do not call me British. You might think it's a compliment. It's not. At all. Remotely. I'll also be announcing the lucky lady, or laddie, who won the graphics card giveaway at the end of this video, so stick around. It could be you. Let's get into it. At number 5, we have an absolute cracker. A battle that would decide the fate of the world. It's the Battle of the Kislev Gates. A few hundred years before Karl was stomping around and Archaon was being a little bitch, Chaos invaded the world. Ooh, original. Led by the ever-chosen at the time, Avasa Kul. Now, as per usual, the first faction to get skull-fucked by Chaos was, ding, you got it, Kislev. These cants need to have simple names. Asavar wasted no time in defeating Kislev's armies and sacking their cities. Now, the Empire was fresh out of a civil war that left it in a sorry state, so they didn't have a whole lot to go on. After the war, they'd been left leaderless, and with the Marauders beginning to pillage their assholes, a man called Magnus stepped up to the task of saving the world, and after doing some chores and walking through some flames, he was able to unite the Empire and travel north to Kislev's aid, uniting with Teclis of all people along the way. As the gates of Kislev itself were being assaulted, a united force of dwarves and men fought back to hold the tide of chaos, as hope began to fail. But then, Magnus out of nowhere rocks up and pulls off a big ass fucking Rohan charge right into the arsehole of the chaos forces, killing many. Magnus then fought Avasafar in a duel, which he stuck his pious cock through his enemy, killing him, and completely destroying the forces of chaos. The world was saved and the body count was very, very high. Now you're probably thinking like, fuck, that was an epic battle, but it was the least epic battle on this list, which is, that's pretty cool. So stick around, cunt, because there's a lot more anal rape to come. Next battle we have our bony boy, my love interest and the true king of Nehikara, Settra, the motherfucking imperishable. Settra fought in many battles, but his most epic was definitely his final battle against Nagash, that went for ages. Because neither side could get the upper hand as both armies were replenished just as fast as they were cut down, like it's zombies versus skeletons. It just led to this big autistic meat grind as bone and flesh just melted together and were resurrected, and then it's just shit wasn't getting done. Nagash was feeling a little bit impatient with the whole situation, so he decided to enter the underworld and eat the god of the underworld, making him the god of the underworld, which is actually quite ironic as now Settra was fighting his own god. Anyways, despite the best efforts of our beloved Skelly boy, Nagash used his godlike powers to blow away the armies of Settra. He faced up to Settra and was like, "Yo Skelly, you fought well and I could definitely use you as a commander. What do you say?" To which Settra reasonably replied, "Get absolutely fucked, cunt. The only undead bony thing I'll serve is my own dick." So Nagash blew up Settra's body and threw his head in the sand, forcing Settra's still conscious head to watch as Khemri was ripped to shreds. Settra eventually came back and killed a shit ton of chaos monsters, including Kolek, but that wasn't a part of the battle, so we'll leave it for now. Impressive effort though from Settra, holding off the entire might of Nagash for such a long time. But that's my big old babe for ya. Next on the block is the greatest elven battle to take place. It doesn't have the most numbers or the most deaths even, but every single elven race took part in it. Pretty much every single elf that could swing a sword or shoot an arrow was in it, and this is the Battle of the Isle of Dead. But not the first one with Anarion and Kalador, although that was epic. This one has Tyrion as the avatar of Cain, and his new fuck buddy Marathi, facing off against Malekith and Alariel, and Teclis. Yeah, weird fucking combo. The Shadow King also makes a cool appearance, which we'll look at in a sec. The lead up to the battle was Malekith being chosen as the leader of the elven race by Asuryan, and Tyrion being chosen as the leader of the elven race by Cain. Now, because Cain's a massive dick, Tyrion is the bad guy in this situation. The opposing armies consist of the High Elves who refuse to fight for Malekith, and the Dark Elves who praise Cain more than Asuryan. And then the other army are the High Elves who aren't mentally unstable. And also quite a lot of Dark Elves that are following Malekith. And also the Wood Elves who joined in with Malekith. Because by this point, Malekith was reasonably sane. Anyways, the armies collide next to the vortex and it is hectic. The battle doesn't rage for too long, however, before Malekith and Tyrion fight their epic duel. King against king, god against god. They fought their hardest, but it was Tyrion who would win their fight, wounding Malekith and disarming him. However, before the killing blow could land and secure Tyrion the victory, Alithana out of nowhere just caps Tyrion's wide ass with a Legolas arrow, killing Tyrion and Cain simultaneously, hence releasing all the elves from the madness of Cain, allowing them to unite as one army under Malekith. Oh yeah, and for lols, Alith also shoots Malekith through the lung as a big fuck you for causing thousands of years of war and suffering for the elves. This is why you don't fuck with the Shadow King. Like, he will kill you and he will shoot you through the lung. Even if, like, if you're his enemy, he'll kill you, and if you're ally, he'll shoot you through the lung if you're a dick. Like, dude, don't fuck with this boy. The reason why this battle is on this list for me is the fact that it was the end result of the High Elf and Dark Elf civil war that spanned thousands of years. And it actually had a result. It wasn't just like, oh, we all died and we had to go back to Naggaroth. Oh, 100 years later, we're back to full military capability despite losing 90% of our soldiers. Like, this was like, cunts died, you know. Tyrion got fucked up. Like, pretty much all other elven conflicts and battles were irrelevant compared to this one. Hence, it takes the third spot. If there are any of you who would doubt me, then you are obviously wrong, as I included the Battle of Itza on this list. The Battle of Itza is what separated boys from men, or just Lord Croak from everything. Here's the rundown of the situation. The Old Ones have fucked off somewhere and chaos has flooded the world, causing the Great Catastrophe, which ruins everyone's day, as demons pop up left, right and centre. The Lizardmen cities are falling one by one, with the Slan and Skink being slain alike, until only one city remains, the legendary city of Itza, home to the greatest Slan that ever lived, Lord Croak, aka the original Pepe. Obviously, Lord Croak doesn't like getting attacked, so he puts up a force field around Itza that instantly kills any demon that touches it. He was able to hold this force field for 10 years before he started getting tired. Now, most cunts would have just let the force field down, but not Lord Croak, not my boy. This hard motherfucker blew the force field outwards, flattening the forest and surrounding area for miles and killing hundreds of thousands of demons instantly. Just, you know, this is chaos we're talking about though, so a few 100,000 demon is like piss in the pond. The force field down, the Battle of Itza begun, as Lizardmen tore through demons and Lord Croak rained the power of the stars upon the enemy, killing thousands every second. Realizing that Lord Croak would not croak so easily, Khorne himself handpicked a dozen of his most powerful bloodthirsters and imbued them with runes that prevented magic from harming them. Then he sent them balls deep to only kill Lord Croak. They ignored everyone else, they just needed to kill Croak. Now, these demons were immune to magic, but Lord Croak was still able to drop them with magic. Like, that's how solid he was. However, there is only so much an unstoppable toad can achieve when he's versing the Chaos God of War, and eventually these chosen demons of Khorne reached Croak and ripped him a new asshole. All seemed lost, as the Lizardmen were losing ground and the demons roared in triumph. But then something incredible happened, that not even Titsnitch could have foreseen. Free of his mortal form, Croak ascended and became a spirit of pure will and power. He created a second sun and used it to instantly kill all the demons in Lustria. I repeat, Lord Croak just kicked the collective asses of all the Chaos Gods, while dead. The Lizardmen victory over Itza ensured the survival of the entire world, making it one of the most pivotal battles in all of Warhammer Fantasy. Finally, we are at number 1. The greatest battle of the old world also happened to be the last one that took place in Warhammer Fantasy, and this is the final battle of Middenheim, where all the remaining heroes of the old world united to fight Archaon. Yes, I know, fuck the end times, la la, but you cannot say that the final battle wasn't cool, when you have all your favourite characters juiced up on god drugs, and then Settra appears and does backflips and kills cunts and shit. So the setup is that Archaon has discovered a third polar gate under Middenheim, which if activated, would surely envelop the entire world in chaos and kill everyone. And our band of heroes team up with Nagash to try and halt the apocalypse. In this battle we have all the elves, every dwarf who had ever lived, every zombie that can be zombified, every orc in the world at the time that was with Grimgor, which was pretty much most of them, every man who can lift a sword who wasn't in Bretonnia, versus the full might of chaos. Here's how it kicked off. Chaos captured Middenheim a bit earlier due to Teclis being a bit of a selfish prick by stealing the Flame of Ulrich to revive his brother. They quickly went about uncovering and beginning to activate the third Chaos Gate, which would result in the world ending. Now all the heroes in their armies were either in the Darklands with Grimgor in Athel Loren, no way near Middenheim, so the goddess Lilith was like, yo Teclis, stab me bro. So he did, and which gave him enough power to teleport all of them to Middenheim, including Grimgor and his fuck-off massive Waaagh. Now, old mate Grimgor wasn't aware that he was friends with our little dream team, so he instantly ordered his men, or Orky boys, to engage in battle with the elves and Malekith. However, Malekith, being a fucking tactical genius, was like, "Whoa, can't settle down. You're the best there is in the world. Better than me." But that Archaon looking cunt over there thinks he's better, so you gotta fuck him up. And this worked perfectly, and Grimgor instantly was like, "Alright, fair enough," and he beelined for Archaon and engaged him in an epic duel. Grimgor gained the upper hand by kicking Archaon in the dick and breaking the Eye of Shireen. It looked like it'd be storms of chaos all over again, until Archaon went Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Kaioken times 10 and decapitated our big old Grimgor. Both armies fought with many notable characters dying, such as Throg, who was torn to shreds by Nagash, Sigvald, who got killed by Throg and then got pissed on by the big troll himself, and also Krell, who was punched to death by Sigvald. Yes, these three died all in about a 30-second window. Anywho, as the forces of good were breaking through the Chaos Lines due to the arrival of Sigma in his war form, Archaon fled to the Chaos Gate below Middenheim and prepared to hold the line, until the gate was fully opened. The two forces clashed. Sigma was skull-fucking Archaon's vanguard left, right and centre, whilst the Reiksguard were being cut down just as fast. Eventually the two warrior gods clashed in an epic duel, where they basically just insulted the shit out of each other while smacking each other with their big-ass god weapons. However, as Sigma was a warrior god of man, and Archaon was like the Kylo Ren of chaos, it didn't take long for Sigma to kick him in the nuts and throw him into the Chaos Gate. With Archaon gone, Teclis and Balthazar Gel were able to crank up their ritual to close the Chaos Gate. And it was working really well, it was full on closing, it looked like the good guys were about to win, until the dumbest fucking thing in Warhammer Fantasy occurred. Manfred von Shithead appeared out of nowhere, and he just fucking shanked old mate Gelt right in the back, killing him. This caused a chain reaction as Teclis tried to complete the ritual by himself, which ended in him exploding, and then Nagash was torn to shreds as well by the unstable magics flying around everywhere. This spelled the end of the world, as moments later, the gate fully opened and Archaon stepped back out and started fighting Sigma once again. However, this time Archaon was stronger, and Sigma had been weakened by the massive magical kick in the nuts he just received. The last thing we see of Sigma is him wrestling Archaon for control of Galmaraz, as the world implodes around them. Man, I'd love to see this in a movie one day, if we, cut out the part where the bold cunt just fucks everything up. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen, my opinion of the top 5 Warhammer battles out there. I know there are many other fantastic battles, such as the Battle of the 100 Cannons. However, I like the above battles as they are extremely pivotal, with the results of the battle having a massive effect on the outcome of Warhammer Fantasy's plotline. In other news, I'm going to Japan in 2 days for 2 weeks, so I'll see what I can do about content, but we might have to dry July. I'll still be on comments and on Discord, so jump on that if you want to chat. Arch has still been a bit of a Jew and hasn't gotten back to me, but we'll definitely do that podcast, and I will definitely get drunk during it, because that's the only way I think I'll be able to make it through an hour-long conversation with him. In other very exciting news, the animation for Narian vs Gotrek and Felix video is coming along very well, so I'm super hyped to bring that video out in the next coming weeks. That video was paid for with the help of you guys have given me on Patreon, so thank you so much for that. Now, for the winner of the graphics card giveaway, give us a drum roll. That hurt my fingers. Ding ding, it's Ashes. The reason why she is my fave is because she's an active member of the community, she supports me via Patreon, and she was the one that drew those sexy pictures that we enjoyed in my video last week, that we all had a collective circle jerk about. She didn't even have to send me titty pics either, that's how much I like her. I'll have more giveaways out in the future, guys, but for now, I'm poor as fuck because I spent way too much money on the weekend. Bitches are needy, man. I'm just going to take a flask into the club next time. Stay frosty, cunts. Peace.